Today, I'll show you a drama survival film from 2010 called 127 Hours. It starts with various video collages, and then we meet Aron in his apartment packing supplies as he's going to go on an expedition. His phone rings and his answering machine picks it up. It's his sister Sonia, and she says that she's been calling him for days. Sonia tells Aron to contact her with his song choice, make himself available so they can practice, and he should make sure that he calls their mother. While Sonia leaves her message, Aron packs his backpack. He leaves the house without responding to the message. He drives until he gets to the Blue John Canyon. Aron brings out his camcorder and records himself for his video diary. It's Friday night when he arrives. Aron parks his truck with some campers and sleeps. On Saturday morning, Aron is on a mountain bike, riding through the wilderness. He's on his way to the big drop rappel within the Blue John Canyon. Aron says that he intends to get in 45 minutes less time than the time given in the guidebook. After riding through the desert for a while, Aron hikes the rest of the way until he meets Megan and Christy. They are fellow hikers who have lost their way. Aron offers to take them where they're going and even suggests doing better by offering to take them through a cooler route. After hiking a while, Aron leads them through a narrow path where they have to squeeze through. Megan complains about the rocks, asking why they don't move. Aron says that they move all the time, but he hopes they don't move today. When they get to the spot Aron wants him to be, he tells them to remember that everything will be okay and suddenly drops through the canyon. Christy screams out in shock. She and Megan call out to Aron. They're scared until Aron calls back to tell them he's dropped into an underground pool. Aron urges them to join him. Christy takes the plunge first. Together, she and Aron urge Megan to join them. After some reluctance, Megan also dives into the water. She enjoys the dive so much that she wants to do it again. Aron offers to capture their dives on his camcorder, and the three of them have a great time diving and swimming in the pool with the camera running. After swimming for a while, Aron leads them to their location while telling them about the history of Blue John Canyon. Before they go their separate ways, they take one last picture. Megan and Christy then invite Aron for a party on Sunday night. They give him the directions to the party after he accepts the invitation. They part ways and Aron continues to hike, listening to rock music and going through several canyons. As he continues on his hike, Aron decides to descend down a canyon. He encounters a boulder, tests the boulder for stability, and decides to go around. Unfortunately, the boulder trips as Aron maneuvers around it. He falls through the canyon and the boulder falls with him, trapping his left hand to the canyon wall. Aron is in shock as he tries to process what just happened. He tries to pull his hand free. When that doesn't work, he struggles to lift the boulder, but that doesn't work either. Desperate now, Aron tries to barge the rock with his shoulder, and he continues until he sees the futility of his actions. Aron screams, saying, "This is insane." He uses his leg as leverage against the rock and tries to pull his hand free, but when that doesn't work, Aron kicks against the boulder in frustration. His next action is using his body weight to move the rock. He does this while telling the rock to move. Exhausted, Aron drops his backpack, brings out his water bottle, and takes a deep drink before realizing that he has to conserve his water. Aron hastily covers his bottle and puts it back into his backpack. Knowing that there's no way out of this log jam, Aron calls out to Christine and Megan. An aerial view shows just how deep in the canyon and away from everyone Aron actually is. Back in the canyon, Aron empties his backpack on the boulder and he goes through his stuff until he finds his utility knife. Aron proceeds to use the knife to chip away at the boulder, even though he doesn't see any result. Aron continues to chip away at the boulder until the utility knife falls through the crack. Using his foot and a stick, Aron gets his knife back and continues to work until a nightfall. He's thirsty by now, he knows that he needs to conserve his water, and so he waits until his watch tells him it's the next day, before sipping on a little water. Hey, movie story recaps here. We've got a small challenge that'll take 5 seconds, and it will bring 10 years of good luck to you. Ready? Like and subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the video. Hit that notification bell and become a part of the cool squad. Back to the movie, left with nothing to do, Aron imagines how the boulder got to where it was in the first place. He throws his rope until it latches onto something, and then he tries to use the tension to gain leverage and pull his hand out, but it doesn't work. Aron tries to sleep, but his sleep is marred by dreams of himself falling. When he wakes up a few minutes later, Aron continues to chip away at the rock. When the day breaks, Aron studies his environment. He notices a raven flying by when sun rays entered the canyon. Aron is taken back to when he was little. He remembers how he and his father watched the sunrise in the wilderness. Aron brings out his camcorder and starts recording. He says his name, the name of his parents, their address, and begs whoever finds it to please give the tape to his parents. He recalls how he fell into the canyon and how the rock holds his hand in place. Aron says he's low on food and water and his hand feels pale because there has been no circulation in his hand for 24 hours. As he records, Aron feels some debris fall on his head. Excited, he calls out to whoever's there, but nobody responds. Disappointed, Aron notices the camcorder still recording and he rewinds it to the point where he asked for help. He watches it and then turns it off. He tells himself not to lose it. When night falls, Aron tries to insulate himself from the cold by covering himself with everything he can find, from ropes to his backpack. Satisfied with the warmth generated, Aron eats his last snack and he remembers Megan and Christie's directions to their party. They tell him that there will be an inflatable Scooby-Doo. Aron laughs and sings the Scooby-Doo theme song. Weakly, he imagines being at the party and he watches people as they drink, dance and party. Aron drinks a little water and he tries to look at the bottle, but his vision is a little blurry, so he brings out his contact lens and puts them in his mouth. In the process of doing that, Aron remembers the morning of the day he left. He is coming out of the shower, putting on his contacts when his mother called. As usual, Aron doesn't pick up and his mother leaves a message. She tells him that she just wants to talk to him and she says that his father's in New York. She tells him to call her and she loves him. He brings out his map, remembering how he photocopied it at work. His co-worker asked him where he was going and Aron told him that he wasn't sure yet. The co-worker then told him to have a good one. In his weak state, Aron begins to hallucinate. He thinks the ant walking on his body is his ex-girlfriend's finger on his chest. In the morning, Aron decides to use pulleys and some climbing rope. He tries to pull himself out, but the rope is too stretchy and so, it can't do the job that Aron wants it to do. He tries to drink some water, but he gags on it, turning on his camcorder. Aron does another diary session. He talks about the various things, his attempt at getting out what he needs to get out, the amount of water left, the raven that flies by at 8:15 in the morning, and the fact that he only gets 15 minutes of sunlight every day. Aron also says that he's been chipping away at the rock, but he feels that his hand is supporting the rock. He believes the more rock he chips away, the more rock settles on his hand. Aron uses the insulation of his camelback tube as a tourniquet. He tries to use the utility knife to amputate his arm, but the knife was too blunt. When he sees it doesn't work, he faces the camera and says the lesson learned here is not to buy cheap alternatives to the real thing. Aron says he tried to find a Swiss Army knife, but the utility knife came free with his flashlight. He tries to make light of his predicament. He remembers when he was young and he was recording Sonia playing the piano. His parents are watching his recording on the TV, while Aron's mother compliments Sonia's playing, and their father is amazed by the fact that they can see what Aron is recording on the TV. Young Sonia, who thinks young Aron is too close, whispers to him to go away. Aron backs away, and we see Aron watching the scene from the window. Back in the canyon, Aron's eyes are closed as he remembers the scene, and he tries to drink a little water, then puts the water between his thighs as he tries to take off his contacts. Aron is too weak, and the bottle falls from his grasp, and by the time he rescues the bottle, the water's almost finished. Aron remembers his ex-girlfriend Rana. They're in a car with several other people, and the snow is falling heavily. Aron isn't shown, but everyone else is taking off their clothes. Rana, now naked, is at the wheels. She turns to Aron and mouths the words "I love you." Back in the canyon, Aron nods his head to the music with his eyes closed. Playing in the car in another memory, Aron and Rana are lying naked in a car by the lake. Rana uses her finger to trace the line of Aron's chest, and she asks him how she can get into his heart, what the combination is. Aron in the canyon tells her that he would have to kill her if he tells. Rana reaches down to Aron's groin and tells him that she's already had his combination. Aron sees that rain suddenly starts falling. The rain causes a flash flood and Aron tries to free himself as the canyon starts to fill up with water. The rushing water dislodges the boulder and Aron is free. He swims away, gets to higher ground, and runs to his car. From his car, he drives through the rain to Rana's house. He knocks at her door, and when Rana opens the door, Aron tries to speak, but words don't come out. Rana closes the door on Aron, and he realizes that he has been dreaming. Still dreaming in the canyon, Aron starts to talk in his sleep, he's saying please over and over while agitated. On Tuesday morning, Aron pretends to interview himself on his TV talk show on the boulder. He asks the host himself if he can say hi to his mom and dad. He apologizes to his mom for not taking her phone call before he left. He says that if he had talked to her, he would have told her where he was going, and he wouldn't be trapped in a canyon. The host Aron mocks guest Aron by calling him selfish. He asks guest Aron who else he wants to talk to, and he says he wants to say hi to Brian, his co-worker. Aron tells Brian that he probably won't be showing up for work that morning. Host Aron continues to mock guest Aron, and he fakes a call from a listener, who confirms Aron will be dead by the time the police begin searching for him. Guest Aron agrees, and the host Aron asks if he really didn't tell anyone where he was going, because he thought he was a hero, and guest Aron agrees. The reality dawns on him, and he sobers up. Still facing the camera, Aron tells his parents that the time they spent together was awesome. He tells them that he loves them, and he'll always be with them on that awesome note, and he ends the recording. As Aron drinks the last drops of his water, he feels his heart starting to race. He tries to calm himself, but that doesn't work. He reaches for his utility and stabs his trapped forearm. Then he reapplies the tourniquet to prevent bleeding. By Wednesday night, Aron almost gags as he drinks the urine he has stored in his Camelback bottle. He turns on the camcorder and rewinds to his recording with Christy and Megan in the pool. After he watches, he tries to continue chipping. When his flashlight goes off in the darkness, Aron thinks he hears something. Using his camera, he takes a picture to see if there's anything there. He and Rana are at a basketball game, and Rana tells him that she doesn't want him there. She asks him if that's what he wants Aron, but he doesn't respond. She stands to leave, and a hallucinating Aron tells her to come back. Before she leaves, she tells Aron that he's going to be lonely. By morning, Aron is fading and starts seeing collages of memories. He sees him and Sonia playing a tune on the piano. An older Sonia is now sitting on the set. We see her putting on a wedding dress, and Aron apologizes that he's not going to be with her at her wedding. He says that he's sorry they won't play the piano together at the wedding. He says that his attitude shows what happened to him, that the rock had been waiting for him since it was a meteorite. Desperate to be free, Aron breaks both bones of his trapped forearm by using the utility knife and proceeds to amputate. He's cutting his hand while he instructs himself not to pass out the process, as it is a painful one. When Aron almost gives up, he sees his son, and this keeps him going. He keeps at it until he finally cuts himself free. Using a plastic bag to hold his hand in a makeshift blanket, Aron cradles his arm before he leaves. He takes a picture of the boulder with his trapped hand. He walks through the canyon until he walks out into the sunshine. Using one hand and his legs, Aron gets down the face of the canyon and drinks water from a puddle. Then he walks in the direction that he came from until he sees a hiking family in the distance. When Aron first tries to call out to them, he can't because he has grown very weak without food supplies. After several tries, he finds his voice and calls for help from the family. They hear him and run towards him. Together with another hiking party, they give him water and food. They help him get to a helicopter that takes him to the hospital. Later, we see another collage of Aron, and he is swimming in the pool. Aron is facing journalists at a press conference, and as he gets out of the pool, he sees his family, his wife along his son. We learn that Aron still climbs, but now, whenever he leaves home, he always leaves a note. This movie was released in 2010 with an IMDb rating of 7.5. If you were in Aron's place, would you have cut your hand off to survive, or take your own life? Tell me in the comment section down below. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, and leave a like to help the channel out.